Hello. Was a little late on the stream. Had some issues with the power cord, but everything's working now. Hello, Square One Farms, Micro Farm, Deborah, Browntown Fishing, Gerald Farms. How's it going? Linda, Tom, how's it going? Finally have a nice day out today. I think it's 70 degrees out. The last few days it's been freezing. Had some snow and ice, but it's our first good day in a while. A little windy out, but I think the wind's going down. Everything's going good. Just filled the chickens' water up too, and just fed them here. I'm doing good. Pig's doing good. She's out in her pen. She's been in the garage, but she was tearing the garage up, so we put her in the brooder with the heat lamp when it got real cold. So she was warm in there. And she's back out into the pen now. It's cool, Deborah. Which hen, Tom? Hello, Square One Farms. How's it going? Glad it's finally a good day out. Weather's been pretty bad. Oh, yeah, she's doing good with her son. They've been coming down to the house a lot lately, too. Finally found out that there's other chickens besides them. Cochins, mine lay pretty good. I wouldn't say they're the best for egg laying, but they're decent at it. They're the type of chicken that sits on the nest all day, too. My favorite breed is probably Buff Orpington, Rhode Island Red, or Cochin. Probably Rhode Island Red, since I've just had those the most. I have the most of them, and I've had them pretty much ever since I started. How's the weather for everybody? Yeah, still cold up north. Hello, K&E's Family Homestead. How's it going? Hello, Heaven Gates Cherry Farm. How are you? Yeah. A lot of the rain that we got went over to Arkansas too. I know there's been tons of rain for us lately. Then we finally got some snow and ice mixed in there. Hello, Huncho Gamer. How's it going? Have Americana encrusted Polish. That's cool. Oh, you're in Oregon? Yeah, Rhode Island Reds are a good breed. But those are good birds to have too. Hello, Good Times Outdoors. How's it going? I'm doing good. Trying to get back to these live streams like this. I like doing these. Usually I'll probably start doing them every Monday and Wednesday when I get back into the hang of it, when the weather warms up and everything too. It's a spring day, feels like today. Wind coming from the south, not a cold wind or anything. Seeing some new people in here, glad you could make it. Chickens are doing good. They like warm days like this. They get out more, do more things, pick around the other part of the pen. I just filled the ducks' pool up and they splashed half of it out. They've been swimming in it all day. Supposed to have some severe storms come in on Friday. Just gonna enjoy the warm temperatures before it drops back to winter again, because it'll probably happen. Usually at this time we keep going up in the temperatures. Yep. lots of space for them. That'll be good. Found out today that another one of the chickens that I thought were hens were roosters. Some of them just develop really late. The easiest time, I'd say, to know whether a chicken's a hen or a rooster is when they're real little or when they're full grown. 'Cause sometimes they trick you. So I'm gonna have to get that one gone. They've still been laying good though. They definitely dropped down when it got to, I think it got to 7 or 6 degrees. The windshield was well below 0. They dropped off then, but they've been keeping a steady production of eggs. I was totally backed up on all my egg sales and everything, and I had to do a sale to get rid of all the eggs because I had so many. Yeah, chickens are good. We have chickens, goats, and horses. I run the chickens and goats, but I don't do the horses. We have 5 horses now. You grew up in Oklahoma? Yeah. I'm near the Tulsa area. We live on a hill, and that's why it's so windy. Because the weather will say it's going to be 10. The wind will, and then we have a weather station up here, and it's always double what it says just because we live on a hill. You get the worst of all the storms and everything. I have this microphone on the live stream to block out a lot of the wind, but on days like this when it's pushing 20 miles an hour, it can still get through. Oh, okay. I don't think I've went through there, but we're going on a trip in 2 weeks. Have someone come watch all the animals, all the chickens. Got over 90 birds now. Then when we come back, it'll be time for more ducks and some turkeys. I'm ready for that. I know I keep talking about that. Never had turkeys, so it'll be a fun new thing to have. And we have 6 ducks right now. So After the new ones, we'll have 13. I already have 2 drakes, so I only got females. We'll have enough for everybody. That's cool. Thought doing all this fence work and everything would keep most of the chickens in, and it has done a good job at keeping them in, but it's still those leghorns that get out. They always find a way. And some of the chickens will dig holes around the fence. You wouldn't think chickens would dig under, but mine do. I've heard that duck eggs are better for baking, because I know of a few people have told me that on here. Our ducks don't lay many eggs, but if they do, I sell those. We don't use any of the duck eggs, just the chickens. But I think they are. And I hard-boiled a dozen of my eggs last night, and like store-bought eggs, it's way easier. But with these chickens, since they're pretty much free-range and everything, it's so hard to get the shell off because the shell's so thick on my eggs. So it's hard to get them off after you hard-boil them. I saw a thing you could put vinegar in the water and it helped, but so I ended up just getting like 8 eggs out of the 12, because the rest of them fell apart trying to get them off. Yeah, I've heard the quail too. A lot of people have quail and say their eggs are really good. I've never had quail eggs. Never thought about getting them either, but maybe one day. That might be a thing I'll try to get into. Probably don't want to go over 100 birds though. Once I get there, I think that's a stopping point for me. Yep. Might have to look into it, but how long does it take for quail to start laying? Or how good is their production of eggs? Yeah, because I'll collect the eggs for 3 days and then I'll wash them all at once, and that'll usually give me 14 dozen at once. I like to clean them all at once, and then we'll have 14 dozen to bring to sell. So I just grabbed one of those so they were fresh. I'll try that next time. 6 weeks. Wow. Been trying to learn more things about ducks and their egg production, because I know a lot about chickens, so I want to know more about ducks too. Been looking into their different breeds, and I'm getting more of them. They're good birds. Yeah, they're really small. Oh, bumped help the tripod there. Yeah, pretty small eggs. My eggs are large, I'd say. And I know duck eggs, or at least mine, are a little bigger than chicken eggs, but not by a lot. Their shells are definitely thicker than duck eggs are. Never tried hard boiling duck eggs or anything. That would probably be more hard than chicken eggs. This rooster over here, I think he's gonna be a good one. This fluffy one over here, he's real nice to the hens for the most part. He's gentle too. The pig's screaming. I think it's getting fed right now. Next time I clean the chicken nest, I'm gonna have to make this spray because I started seeing a few flies in the nest, and they're gonna start coming back pretty soon once it stops freezing. Usually for us, it stops freezing by the end of March. We're out of the cold. No, I don't. I get my eggs and then clean them, let them sit overnight, and then they get put in a refrigerator where I sell them. Then I refrigerate the eggs that we have at our house. So, not right after. Let me think. It's non-toxic soap, olive oil, something else, and water. I have a video on it that I made a long time ago. Probably do a video on everything I do. Get ready for the spring. If you guys have any video ideas, and feel free to tell me. Because right now, nothing much is going on with the chickens, but as soon as spring starts, I'll have a lot of things going on with them, and the new birds in the garden and everything like that, which I'm ready for. I'm tired of winter. Middle of summer, I'll be ready for it again, but lately it hasn't been getting too hot, so summer's okay with me, and it doesn't get as windy either. Yes, I have had problems with mites. That's originally why I started doing the spray and everything. Let's see, the first outbreak of sickness in my flock was from mites, and that wiped out like 6 birds, maybe even more. So I've only had two times when there's been a sickness, and the second time was some disease that I could not figure out what it was or treat or anything. So I would research it and couldn't find anything. I found a lot of things similar, but what it would do, it would like clog up their breathing and everything, and they would stop drinking, and then they would pretty much go blind. I lost the most birds from that, maybe upwards to 10, but since that was 2 years ago, and I haven't had one chicken die in the last, probably 2 years. So it's been good ever since that happened. But spring's always the time to look out for that stuff. Spring and summer. I also know you can get some sort of like chicken soap you can wash them with to get rid of mites. But the spray was just to put in their nest so the mites couldn't, because that's where they get them the most, is when they sit down to lay eggs. So making sure that you have a clean nest helps with that. Any of you guys ever had a bad outbreak, sickness? Anyone who's had chickens or any other birds? Because I wouldn't say mine is too bad, but I've definitely experienced it. Yeah, that's one of the things that I've seen, and I didn't know what it was. It could have been that, could have been a lot of different things, or something that's just going around and at that time in my area. What do I use? Like nesting? I use hay. It's more of a strawy hay, like it's like flaky straw. It's kind of like hay that horses would eat. It's a good bedding for them. It's light, easy to clean out, and it's comfortable for the chickens. Then I use half shavings and half regular hay for chicks in the brooder. Because using just shavings, they say it's supposed to be able to clean up easier. But for me, it always is just a mess. So they spill a little water, it chunks up and everything. Using hay and better on the cleanup, and I think it's more comfortable for the chicks. I have used shavings in my nesting boxes before, and I didn't like those. So it's probably just a preference kind of thing. For you and the chickens. My ducks are starting to lay again, and 2 of them will fly up in the nest and lay their eggs in the top nests. They'll fly up there like chickens. Which they live with chickens, so that's probably what they think they are. But the other 2 won't do that, and I know most ducks won't. The other ones will hide them, lay them in the bedding at the bottom of the hen house, and have to find them. Yeah, all the common stuff. I don't think sickness is too bad where I live, but if it gets a hold of some chickens, it can spread throughout the flock. That's not good. So yeah. Can get bad sometimes. And a lot of the chickens that I've thought were absolutely goners, I pretty much rehabilitated them in the brooder over the course of months. One chicken completely lost its eyesight from that sickness, and I didn't think it was gonna make it, but I kept it in the brooder, and it got to the point where it couldn't even lift its head to drink or eat. It's pretty much half conscious for a couple weeks, and then it regained its strength, and I still have it today. I put apple cider vinegar in the chicks' water when I first move them to the brooder, or when I get new chickens that aren't chicks. Any like stressful situation, I'll put apple cider vinegar in their water. Seems to help. Yeah, and I think it helps with stress and boosting their immune system and everything. I've just seen other people do it and work out for them, so I started doing it. Hey, Farmo Fanatic, how's it going? I'm doing good. It's finally warm out. Not that cold stuff anymore. Yeah, it's probably still cold up there. Yeah, all the snow and everything. Yeah, we got the lower half of it, but warmed back up. Yeah, me too. One of my favorite birds. Nice looking guy. Hey, Ozark Outlaw, how's it going? I'm doing good. Yeah, we usually don't have any transition either. It'll usually go from freezing cold. Last year it went from 30s to 80s and never went back. Ours are crazy like that too. Usually we have a fall and no spring. It gets pretty hot here. The hottest it's ever gotten here while we've lived here was 122. Really hot. Lately, past 2-3 years, it's barely got into the hundreds. Maybe like got into the hundreds for 7 days out of the whole summer. It hasn't been too bad. Our winters haven't been either. It did get colder faster. Last year, we didn't have much of a fall. So this winter's been longer for us. Usually by now, it's getting into the 70s every day. $105, yeah. That's probably what it'll top out here. But that one summer, got over 120. It was crazy. And it gets dry here. Last few years, it's been really wet in the winter and spring. We've got the most rain this winter I think we ever have in a winter. Hello, TV 500. How's it going? Our internet has gotten faster too. Live streams have been easier. They seem to keep improving on that. Yeah, fires have been around here. We've had a few fires get pretty close, well, within 30 miles, but they get put out fast and everything. You can see some spots still where there's been big fires, but our main thing is just tornadoes. Last year, we didn't have that much severe weather. On Friday, I think we're supposed to get severe storms. We usually get a lot of those early spring storms. None of them have been too bad. We've only had to get in the storm shelter twice in the last 4 years. Yeah, Saturday. Ours are Friday, really late Friday, I think past midnight. Our bad ones usually happen at night or evening. But the way our town kind of is, seems like there's never been a tornado to hit our town. Actually, no, I take that back. 2 years ago, a little one hit. That was a spring of 17. A little one hit like 5 miles away from us. So, they can get pretty close. I know Oklahoma gets the most out of any other state. Oh, wow. Tornado. Yep. And then a month ago, we had some severe storms go through, and they went through us fine, and they ended up making a few tornadoes around the Arkansas border. I think an EF2 hit with that storm. And I also have a weather station that tracks everything. You can see it over top of the barn with a little wind thing on there. And that's the same weather stations they use to get weather for local forecasts and everything. The chickens, they seem to like know when it's gonna start raining, because they'll like all hang out right beside. Maybe it's just because it gets humid fast or cloudy, I don't know, but they'll hang out right beside the barn. The ducks like to doze off on one leg. If that rooster will move. Hello, Trail of the Wild. How's it going? I like that the sun's setting later, getting more hours of daylight in. I like that. Short days, they're too short. Favorite breed? Probably just the Rhode Island Red. Just because I've always raised them. First chicken I had. They're good birds. And the Red Stars are pretty similar. They're good too. Buff Orpingtons, I like those a lot. There's a lot of good breeds out there though. My main focus has always been for egg production and good looking chickens. First half of the chickens were strictly for egg production, and started learning about more of the breeds and kind of got into the crazier breeds. Like this chicken, can't even tell you what he is. Like a half mohawk. All this wind's probably bringing in the storms, but hello. How's it going? Dream to own chickens? Yep, they're good animals to have. Well, it is a crop. He is a crossbreed between a chicken that I don't know. I don't know what chicken was his dad. I don't know what chicken that was, but and then it was mixed with a Polish hen, and so is Polish hen and a breed I don't know. They're Cochins. I really like those. Have 2 hens and 2 roosters of those. They're nice, gentle, fluffy chickens. I'd say they like the winter more than the summer. One rooster starts crowing, they all start. Some roosters are definitely better at crowing than others. Half of the roosters don't know what they're doing. And some of them are really good at it. I'm ready for spring too. Because that's the time the hens are going to start sitting on eggs. And when we leave to go on trips, which we are soon, and the person that feeds our animals, they can get all the eggs because we'll have tons of them. And so every nest is going to be full of eggs, and so the hens will sit on them. I expect there to be at least 4 hens sitting on eggs that are broody, and this time I'm probably going to let them try to do it themselves. See if they can do anything. In the past, they've been pretty good at it. Some better than others, especially the breed. But every time I don't collect the eggs for like a week, it messes up their egg production. Seems to, at least. So, I'm gonna start getting into these hour-long live streams. Try to do 2 a week. Get into them on the Monday and Wednesday. That's what I did last summer. Every week on Monday and Wednesday, and that goes well. So. behind me, the chickens have just dug a huge hole into the dirt. So I keep having to find rocks and everything to block it out. There's just a group of chickens that like to dig, especially when they do dust baths. They like to dig out their own holes for dust baths, which I have a spot for them to do it, but they don't like that. They like to make their own. This is a good rooster right here, big fluffy one, has golden streaks in his neck. Hello, how's it going? I'm probably gonna say her name wrong. Sports and Outdoors. Yeah, he's a good chicken. Hello, Yorkshire George. How's it going? Oh, a lot of breeds. 12 different breeds. We got Red Stars, Rhode Island Reds, Leghorns, Brown Leghorns, Golden Wyandottes, Black Wyandottes, Americanas, Astrolopes, Orpingtons, tons of different breeds. I'm doing good. Yep. Pretty nice day out from what we've been having. Yep. Black Wyandottes. I got the black, white laced and the golden laced Wyandottes. Had them for a long time. That's cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream there. Thanks everybody who came in today. So, try to have a video out on Saturday, hopefully. Trying to get those back into a good rhythm there. So, see everybody next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you next time.